Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're here with quite a different video, and that's because tomorrow I'm off to get my COVID vaccine, my first dose. I wanted to vlog this experience because not only is it like a key thing in like history, it feels like anyway, it's also a step in the right direction for the UK to get back to normal with people starting to get their vaccines now. And also I know a lot of people are apprehensive on getting the vaccine and kind of just a bit anxious about the whole process, what the kind of thing entails, how their body will react, etc. So I wanted to vlog this. Obviously this is purely my own experience and what I come across tomorrow, so take it obviously with a pinch of salt, and everyone's experience is going to be different, but that's a little disclaimer. I just wanted to vlog my experience to share with you guys and kind of ease some people's minds in kind of what to expect when getting your COVID vaccine. So let's just kind of get into a little bit of background about me and why in January, when a lot of people my age, because I look completely healthy, I'm 23, I'm not 70 plus, which is the age category they're kind of vaccinating at the minute. Why am I getting my vaccine in January and not kind of like in summer or autumn and stuff, when the rest of kind of like my age category and age group are getting their vaccines? Basically, I have been labelled by the NHS as clinically vulnerable for this entire duration of since COVID existed. When we first went into lockdown, I got the shielding letter. I shielded from March. My last trip out back in 2020 was when I went to get Costa with my mum for Mother's Day back in March, and I didn't leave my house until like June, July time. I shielded for a massive portion of last year, and I've been shielding and keeping myself to myself for the majority of this time, even when lockdowns lifted. And that is because I have a condition called chronic kidney disease, which basically means in short term that my kidneys failed me and I had a kidney transplant at the age of 18, 5 years ago now. And since having my transplant, once you've had a transplant, any organ transplant, and a lot of other illnesses as well, you get put on immunosuppressants, which basically makes your immune system weaker than the standard immune system. So me catching the virus, I was at a higher risk because my immune system was constantly down due to my medication I was on. So I had to shield, because if I got COVID, I would be in a critically more vulnerable position than most people my age. So that is why I'm getting the vaccine. I am in category 4, I think, with the over 70s. That is why, if I look perfectly healthy and I'm 23 and you're wondering why I'm getting the vaccine, that is why I have chronic kidney disease, which labels me as clinically vulnerable during this time. I also wanted to answer the question of where I'm going and what my process is going to be like. I'm basically going into Guy's Hospital tomorrow to get my COVID vaccine done. I am basically under the care of the renal team at Guy's Hospital in London. I was looked after when I was younger by Great Ormond Street Hospital, which is obviously a worldwide known hospital, and now I'm being looked after, as I'm no longer a child, by Guy's Hospital. And luckily my boyfriend is driving me into London, so I don't have to either think about the London Underground, which is brilliant. Very, very thankful for him during this time. He got a COVID test just to make sure that he was free of the virus, which he is. He got his test Sunday evening and he came back negative on Tuesday, and he's been shielding since, just to make sure that we're in the safest possible position when he drives me to London tomorrow. And Guy's Hospital in London is actually one of the COVID vaccine hubs. There are multiple UK hospitals that are classed as hubs. Guy's Hospital is one of those hubs. Guy's actually contacted me about a week ago to invite me to get my vaccine. My local GP is actually quite far behind in giving out the dosages because of the shortage. So I'm very, very grateful that I kind of had two sources to be invited by. I had my local GP and I also had the renal team at Guy's. Guy's managed to get me in first, so that is where I'm heading. Even though it is in London, I'm taking the most safest precaution and procedure to get into London. I would never ever think about going on a London Underground because that scares me. So yeah, that is one of the other things I wanted to mention. But me personally, the day before, I'm feeling a little anxious about it. Not only is my appointment at 8:30 in the morning and I have to get into central London, and the commute by car with my boyfriend will be about an hour and a half, which means a very, very early start for us. I don't want to miss my COVID vaccine appointment. This is a very much a privileged situation that I'm in, to be able to get the vaccine so soon. Even clinically vulnerable, I wasn't expecting to get my vaccine until February, March time. So to be getting it in January is, I feel very, very privileged. But I am a little bit apprehensive about whether we're going to make it in time, and there's a lot of things going through my mind. I'm very much an overthinker and a worrier. So this is quite an anxious time for me as well. that's why I wanted to vlog it, to ease not only my own mind but also everyone else's watching this if you are a little bit anxious about getting the vaccine when you are invited. So yeah, I think that's all I kind of wanted to say. I'm going to be vlogging tomorrow. I'm hopefully going to try and get a few clips of me getting the injection, and I'm going to come back about a week later as well to wrap up this video of how I'm feeling post-vaccine and just kind of explain about the process and all that sort of stuff. So I really hope this video is helpful to some of you out there and eases a few people's minds. That's all I'm trying to do here, is to help people. I'm not trying to kind of tell you what to do, what not to do. Everyone is in their own positions and in their own situations, and I can't dictate to you what you want to do regarding the vaccine. But I was advised by my GP and my renal team at Guy's to get this vaccine, so I'm taking it because I don't want to put myself at risk. I'm at a higher risk. So yeah, that's just kind of my story. I really hope you enjoy this video, even though it's not bookish. I still managed to get my books in frame for this beginning clip, but tomorrow it will be vlog style. But yeah, I'll just leave you to it. Let's hop into Friday, or is it that way? Who knows? Guys, I just got back from getting my COVID vaccine, which is very crazy. I feel superhuman. A few people have asked me how I'm feeling, and I just think it's quite funny because you do feel this kind of like sense of I'm a bit more free than I was before. I currently have no ache or pain at all in this arm, but obviously it's 10:30, just gone 10:30, and I had my vaccine around 8:30, so it's only been 2 hours post-vaccine. And usually my arm starts to ache the evening of a vaccine, so I'll probably start aching around 5-6 o'clock-ish. The common side effects are your typical of like flu vaccine sort of side effects. I get a flu vaccine every year, so it's not gonna be too much different, I don't think. Headache, tiredness, muscle ache, ache in the arm of the vaccine, and just general flu-like symptoms you tend to get. I think they said it was like 1 in 10 people get common side effects, so I'm predicting that I'm gonna probably get an achy arm and a bit of a fever and stuff, but nothing to be too concerned about. Regarding the actual procedure, it was brilliant. Guys have always been top tier like hospital for me. I absolutely love them there. They're all so kind and generous, and just like every single NHS worker, I appreciate every single one of you. You're all amazing, but I just love Guys. It has a sentimental place in my heart. So basically what I did was when I got there, there was 3 locations in Guys, as Guys is part of the COVID vaccine hub. There was 3 separate sites. I was in Vaccine Centre 1. Basically, it's a marquee outside of the hospital. You queue up outside 2 meters apart with face masks on. And then just before you go in, you have to sanitize your hands, obviously. Every situation is going to be different. I'm just telling you my story. But then I went inside one of the first marquee tent and sat down with one of the nurses and went through kind of a bit of my medical history, why I was there, if it was my first dose or second dose, and just a few kind of more personal questions just regarding the vaccine, just so they have some like background record for like results and all that sort of stuff, for science basically. And then they print off a prescription, you get given a piece of paper, and you walk into the next room, which is where you wait for your vaccine. Obviously, once again, all the chairs are 2 meters apart, and what I found at Guy's, I'm sure this is universal, every time someone sat down in the chair, once they got up to move on to the next tent of the room, the chair was sanitized and completely wiped down, ready for the next person before they sat down. So very clinical and all that sort of stuff, like it should be. Made me feel very safe. And then we went into the second room. I waited about 2 minutes, and then I got called to have my actual vaccine. Sat down in once again, I saw them clean the chair again. I sat down in the chair, and I said, can I film it? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. So I actually filmed myself getting the jab just for reference and for you guys to feel a bit less anxious and a bit more at ease. It was absolutely fine. I actually found the flu jab is worse. The flu jab feels a lot more intense, and I feel like the needle was bigger. Sorry if you're scared of needles and that sort of stuff. It just felt less intense. With the flu vaccine, I feel the needle actually like go in and feel the liquid of that vaccine go through my body once the jab has been pushed into my arm. But with this one, I really didn't feel anything at all, just a sharp scratch when the needle interjected with the skin. I don't know the medical terms. So yeah, that was absolutely fine. And then after you've had your vaccine, then they give you a card, which basically states the name of your vaccine, when you first had your dose, what batch number you are, and then you have another section down below for the information of your second vaccine. You keep that card on you now until you have your second vaccine. I think that's like the little card to show that you've been vaccinated. And then you go into your third and final room, and that is where you sit down. Obviously chairs are 2 meters apart and wipe down, and you wait for 15 minutes. In case any immediate effects start happening to you, they can monitor you for 15 minutes. Once your 15 minutes is up, I think I got to that 15-minute waiting room about 8:45, and I left at 9 o'clock feeling absolutely fine. My boyfriend met me outside and we drove home. It was so quick. The journey to and from the hospital was about 3 hours, and the time I spent getting my jab and queuing and waiting for that 15 minutes was about half hour. I got in the queue to get my vaccine around 8:30 a.m. and I was out by 9. So it's a really quick process and I feel absolutely fine. I'm going to keep updating this vlog with how I'm feeling a few days post-vaccine and a week post-vaccine to give you like the most universal thoughts and feelings of this vaccine. So yeah, I just hope this video is helpful to some of you out there, and fingers crossed for all you guys getting your vaccines soon. I hope it all goes well, and I will see you in a few days to give you any symptoms or side effects that I'm feeling. So yeah. Hi guys, don't mind the lighting and all sorts. It's so gloomy and grey outside right now. It's absolutely horrendous. But I wanted to come on and do the update for you regarding my COVID vaccine. It's now just over 12 hours since I had my vaccine, and all I've experienced so far is an achy arm, which is to be expected. That is pretty much the symptom you get for every single vaccine you have. It does ache, but I can still move it and up and down, and I managed to wash my hair, so I can reach over my head and stuff. So it's a dull ache. It's not preventing me doing anything mobility wise. I can still have a little boogie. I was very tired yesterday, but I think that's more relating to getting up early, travelling into London, having the vaccine, being anxious and having like my anxiety levels a little bit higher than normal. So I think that's more to do with my exhaustion and tiredness rather than actually having that to do with the vaccine, if that makes sense. So far only symptom I'm having is an achy arm, which is to be expected. So I just wanted to pop on here. It's 1 day post-vaccine. I'll come in again a week later just to give you my full thoughts and all that sort of stuff. And if I have developed any more symptoms, I will let you know. But so far it's just the achy arm. Yay. Thank God. Hi guys, I'm just coming on here to wrap up the vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's Wednesday evening, so 5 days post COVID vaccine, and I feel absolutely fine. I had an achy arm for about a day, and usually with the flu vaccine I have an achy arm for about 3 or 4 days. So far the COVID vaccine is topping the flu vaccine when it comes to achy arm length, but I'm absolutely fine. I've had no other symptoms, literally just an achy arm for about 24 hours and I've been all good. I literally just said to my dad that I'm filming the end clip, and he said, well, watch tomorrow and you'll get symptoms. So who knows? But if anything does occur, I will update you guys on like Twitter, but I really doubt it. It's been a really interesting process to vlog this for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's been a little bit different, not bookish, but I hope you enjoyed it nevertheless and you got something out of it, whether that's easing your mind or just being able to know kind of what to expect, or just you were interested. And I don't know, I hope this has given you entertainment or some informational aspect. That's all I'm here to do. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up, subscribe down below to see more bookish content because future videos will be bookish, and leave a comment down below if you have any more questions or I haven't touched on a topic that you would like more information on. I will do my best to give you a well-rounded answer. If not, I'll try to. Whether I can or not, that is an entirely different question. But if you have any other questions that you would like to see answered, I will try my best to answer them in the comments down below. Without further ado, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.